Ask experienced welders what so fascinates them about their profession. And the answer you'll often hear is this: the arc. Ever since man learned how to master it around 100 years ago, it has been at the very heart of welding technology. The fascination of the arc lies both in its power and in its physical complexity. It is this fascination that inspired one man to decode the DNA of the arc. In the process, make new joints a reality and introduce perfect welding. Gunther Fronius. At the age of 106 years, he still cherishes his meetings with friends and employees. His story is no less fascinating than the country where it all began, Austria. You need education, ability, knowledge and desire. Then you can achieve something in life. Yes, I looked around for somewhere I could start a business. While driving home from Gmunden, I stopped for dinner at the Van Cleef restaurant. The owner, who since then passed away, asked me for my goals in life, and then he said I should do something that no one else in that area could do. He was talking about repairing his power generator. I promised him that I would, and I repaired it, and then he never left me alone after that. So I stayed in Pettenbach. I built a large radio set, and he traded me a large shed for it. At that time, new batteries were very expensive, and when a car had been sitting for too long, the battery would die. Then people wanted to throw them away, but I knew this was not practical. So I told them I would build a device they could connect to the electricity to charge the batteries. Word got around in the entire region, and then I was working at full capacity. Our first major customers were the Wels Electricity Company and the electrical works at Linz. They wanted more power to do some fantastic welding with direct current. That was unheard of at that time. I would drive to the salvage yard at the electrical company at Linz, where they threw away everything they didn't want anymore. For me, 60% of it was valuable parts. So every trip I took to Linz on my three-wheeler was worth its weight in gold. It all started step by step, like the orders for the devices that I developed. It just kept growing. First I needed 10 employees, then 20, finally 30, 40, 50. And then I had to build larger production facilities. I was a bit cautious, however. I only built when there were financial resources and reserves. And as soon as I knew with 100% certainty that it would continue to go okay, then I would tell my wife about it and ask what she thought, and she would agree. And this is how we followed these goals together. The first company outing, well, that was to Gmunden. We rented a car to drive to Gmunden. Then I got on a ship with the employees. We took a sightseeing tour. That was something new in those days. Of course, I follow international developments, and I noticed that they were not much further along than we were with welding technology. Only they would use a gas that is not used for welding, but rather to keep away oxygen from the air from the welding location. I shared this study with my employees, and we worked together to create something new. Fronius International GmbH, a company that is the world over synonymous with perfect welding. Since 1945, when Fronius made only battery chargers, it used the know-how underlying the appliances to lead to a great number of innovations. In 1980, Gunther Fronius handed over the company's management to his son and daughter, Klaus Fronius and Brigitte Strauss. In 2001, the management underwent expansion to have 6 members on board. What Gunther Fronius started in 1945 in Austria is now worldwide a 3,344 employee strong company with 1,008 active patents, 3 divisions, but just one passion: shifting the limits. This is achieved not by progressing step by step, but by innovating in leaps and bounds. All the 3 divisions of Fronius, perfect charging, perfect welding, and solar energy, are guided by the corporate policy of the responsible use of our resources. For a company with a motive of shifting the limits, crossing the boundaries comes naturally to it. Fronius operates through 20 subsidiaries and has a presence in 60 countries across the 7 continents. The youngest of these subsidiaries is Fronius India, a country united in its diversity and celebrated for its heritage.
You first time in India?
Nein, दूसरी बार.
A country that taught the art of navigation to the world 6,000 years ago, where Charak, the father of medicine, propounded and consolidated Ayurveda 2,500 years ago, where the world's first university was established in Takshashila in 700 BC, whose Aryabhat invented zero and explained the spherical size, shape, diameter and the correct speed of the Earth's rotation in 499 AD, whose Sanskrit language is considered as the mother of all higher languages and the most suitable language for computer software, where the gravity of the Earth was described through Siddhanta Shiromani by Bhaskaracharya II 400 years before Sir Isaac Newton. Today, India invokes awe with its 33 million gods, 5,000-year-old flourishing civilization, 325 spoken languages, 1,652 dialects, more than 65 festivals, 18 official languages and over 1.25 billion people proud and committed to making the India story come true. With so much going in favor of the country in the past and the present, there is much more that is pushing the country into the future.
मैं नहीं मानता हूं कि अब मुझे आपको कोई अतिरिक्त भरोसा दिलाने की जरूरत है कि मेक इन इंडिया.
A glance at the facts and figures of the Indian economy, industry and market explains why the world is sitting up, listening and responding to this call of its Prime Minister. The Indian automotive industry is already the world's largest two-wheeler industry and is slated to emerge as the world's 3rd largest automobile industry in the next 2 years. In monetary terms, this translates to a market size of $145 billion by 2016. The Indian robotic automation industry is already worth $750 million and is expected to double over the next 3 to 4 years. Fronius India is well poised to make all of this happen. Headquartered in Pune, it has regional teams in Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Bengaluru and Chennai, a 33,000 square foot application development center at Pune, state-of-the-art robotic and manual equipment for demos, application development and trials, a world-class training facility to address the training needs of welders, a first-of-its-kind torch repair center, warehouse and logistics incorporated with the Bahn ERP system implemented in sync with Fronius Austria for quick and accurate delivery of equipment and spares on time every time, 23,000 plus Fronius power sources on the field in the Indian market. All this, along with a dedicated technical team of 36 qualified engineers, aim to forge a lifetime relationship by recognizing the customer's evolving business challenges, Fronius serves sectors that include automotive, heavy engineering, oil and pipe, power, construction, infra projects, railways, robot manufacturers, system integrators, shipbuilding, construction machinery, agri-equipments and fabrication. Fronius India thus aspires to be a pioneer in developing and offshoring customized solutions rather than just another resource offering products. Partnering with your future. Much like this country, Fronius India is drawing strength from its 70 years of heritage, history and tradition as it makes its way into the future. By leaps and bounds, by shifting the limits.